Hey everyone, today I will be assembling the clearly MaD DI spot-free car wrench unit. This unit comes with everything you need for assembly. It's really quick and easy. It'll be done in just a few minutes, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first steps in assembly are to insert the brass fittings into the deionization unit head. There are a couple different kinds of fittings here. You'll see this one has like the spinning nut on it here. That fitting will go into the port marked supply. And there's also a brass fitting that has like an internal flow regulator built into it. And that one will go into the port marked filtered. Before we insert these fittings, we're going to wrap each one like 4 to 6 wraps of the plumber's tape and also insert these 1/2-inch O-rings into the port prior to inserting the fitting. We're going to hand tighten those and then we're just going to snug them up with the wrench that they provided. Okay, so now that we have screwed the brass fittings into the canister head, we are simply just going to be dropping the deionization cartridges into the canisters and then screwing the canisters onto the canister head unit. It's important to note that each one of these canisters kind of has a double seal system. If you look inside, you can see these kind of gray O-rings inside the canister head. Make sure that those are seated properly. Sometimes they can get dislodged during shipping, but each one of the canisters also has like this red O-ring around there as well on the top, and that provides you a nice watertight double seal on each one of these canisters. This is a pretty simple step as well. We're just going to be cutting the foil packaging open here. There's also an inner clear seal that needs to be cut out as well. Take the deionization cartridge out of there, drop it into the canister, make sure it's centered, and screw it onto the head unit. And again, it's kind of like the brass fittings. We're going to be screwing those on by hand and then using the canister wrench to tighten things up. Okay guys, so now that we have the unit assembled, we're going to take a look at a couple different mounting options. And the first option is simply just mounting it to a wall. Whenever you're choosing a mounting location, important things to remember: keep it out of extreme cold and extreme heat, and definitely keep it out of direct sunlight. Those conditions will deteriorate the plastic, making it brittle, and the direct sunlight will really shorten the life of your deionization resin. So I found a location, pretty convenient spot in the corner of my garage. It's close to the driveway, 20 feet or so from the garden hose, so easy for me to run a hose over to the unit whenever I'm ready to wash my car. I haven't located any studs in my wall, so I'm just going to be using some wall anchors with appropriate screws. And I just want to make sure whatever screws you're choosing, they go through the bottom hole of your bracket, but the screw head is big enough to not pull out the top of that keyhole there. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark the location for this thing, drill some holes, put in the wall anchors, and get this unit hung. Okay, so I have the screws into the wall anchors, and it's important to note you don't want to put the screws in all the way, leave them out about 1/4 of an inch, hang the unit down onto the screws, and once it's on there firmly, then go ahead and tighten up the screws to secure the unit to the wall. That's about all there is to it. Okay guys, so the second mounting option is just mounting the unit to a hand truck or a dolly. And really nice solution here. It allows you to roll the unit out to wherever you're going to be using it, and then just wheel it right back whenever you're done. All you need for this installation is a couple of zip ties and some end snips just to trim off the ends, and all we're going to be doing is mounting the unit right to the top handle of the hand truck here. That's all there is to it. Okay guys, so now that you have the unit mounted either to a portable hand truck or permanently mounted to your wall, it's going to be ready for use. So wash your car as you normally would, using regular tap water, soap in a bucket. But when you get ready for the final rinse, you want to take your garden hose and attach it to the supply side of your spot-free car rinse unit. Take another hose, mount it to the filtered side of your spot-free car rinse unit, and on the end of that hose, attach your misting nozzle. Adjust this until it has a really fine spray down your entire vehicle, and then just let it air dry, and it will dry to a spot-free shine.